Oh, great. Super welcome. What did you do, Paulinha? What did you do during the weekend?
Foi tudo bem, tranquilo.
Okay, did you stay home?
Yes.
Oh, great, awesome. All right. Are you studying now? Are you going to school? Or have you finished school?
I finished.
Oh, you finished. Okay, good for you. Good for you. That's really good. Hey, Amanda. Good evening. Hey, good to see you. How's it going there? What's the weather like in Campo Grande? Is it good there? Is it raining? It must be cloudy, right? Here it's super dark. It's very cloudy here. It's like evening. It's super dark. Yeah, I think it's going to rain here pretty soon. Yeah, it's that kind of weather that it feels like staying in bed, watching a movie. It's a little chilly. Yeah. What about the weather there in Campo Grande? Is it like this? Cloudy?
Yes.
Yeah.
A little weird today.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, it's so dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, here too. Yeah, it's really dark here. Super dark.
It
Yeah.
seems like it's going to rain, but I don't know.
Yeah, here too. It's really overcast. But anyway, guys, I'm glad to see you. And we are moving on. We are almost finishing the book. Today we are doing unit 10.2 already. Wow. We just have 2 more units to finish. Yes, it's almost over. How nice, isn't it? Have you all presented your projects? Have you all presented everything? Yes?
Yes.
Great. So if you have your books, open your books to page 10.2. I hope you had a chance to see our page here on Google Classroom. So I posted a few interesting things for you there. So I hope you can check it out. So if you have your books, please open your books to page 113. Let's take a look there. Yes, there we are. Mateus is joining us.
Hello, hello.
Hi,
everybody.
Mateus. Hello, dear. Good evening. Good to see you.
See you too.
Welcome. How
Thank you.
nice. Hey, José Guilherme. Good evening. Good to see you.
Good evening.
Welcome. Hi, good evening. Good to see you. Hi, Giovanna. Good evening. Good to see you.
Good evening.
Hi, dear. How was your weekend? Was it good?
Pick.
Good, teacher.
Yes, great. What's the
One
weather?
Wednesday.
What's the
Oh.
weather like there? Is it bad? Here it's super dark, people. What's the weather like there, Mateus? Is it dark?
It's raining. It's raining. It's raining here.
Really? Wow.
I guess it stopped for a little, but it's back now. Not so strong as before, but it's raining still.
Yeah, it's super cloudy here. It's very dark. Wow.
Yes,
It's like it's going to rain at any moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's really dark,
I
people.
thought today would be like
The same
20
hair.
degrees.
This same hair.
I thought today would be like 20 degrees and it was like almost 30. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Not hot today.
Yeah. Early today,
It was really
sunny.
cloudy.
Yeah.
It was so dry, the weather. I was like drinking water the whole day. It was really dry today. So yeah.
Yeah. Same here. And it was sunny in the morning. It was
Yes.
like a beautiful day. And then suddenly it got super overcast and cloudy and now it's really dark. I had to turn on the lights so that I could work. So yeah, and now it's getting really chilly now. It's even a little cold, and yeah, I can see the rain coming. It's really cold. I mean, not so cold, but it's chilly.
Uh-huh. I like
Wow.
the weather not so hot. I mean, like this 20 degrees, 21, 22. But in Rio, that doesn't happen. Like in Rio, today is 20, tomorrow gonna be 30, then 25, then 40.
Yeah.
My voice, my throat gets like super terrible.
Yeah, it starts getting sore, and yeah, the same here. Yeah, I do have the same problem. But fortunately today, my allergy is okay. I'm not even sneezing. So that's good. I feel good. But guys, super welcome. I'm really happy to see you guys. And today we are moving on with our lesson. We are doing 10.2. Actually, we started this lesson the other day, right? We did the beginning of this lesson and we are trying to move on to 10.2 today. We're talking about information, and this is something super important, right? We will try to finish that part and do 10.2. All right, people. So for us to get it over with, I would like to do page 113 on your books. So if you have your books, please open them to page 113 if you have them. All right. And we will start by doing a listening exercise, right? So please go to number 7, which is the second part of a listening exercise that we did the previous class, and we should listen one more time to choose true or false, okay? So just let me show you the first part of the listening. It's right here. We did this exercise here, right? And we had one activity about the listening, all right? It was a guy talking to another person and he was hacked, okay? And here we listened to the entire conversation, and I can play that for you again. We will just have to listen one more time. Here we have the same thing, right? And before we listen, I'd like you to read the sentences, okay? So you can better choose true or false, all right? So take a look in silence at the sentences before you listen. So I can play for you. Okay, have you read? All right, so let me play that for you. I think now you remember what happened, okay? So let's listen to that.
Oh no! This can't be right.
What? What is it?
Our credit card statement. It's really high. Wait, what is this? $499 for a washing machine? $1,200 for a computer? Did you buy those?
No, of course not. What is going on?
I have no idea. I don't understand it. My card wasn't stolen. It's here in my wallet. See?
Well, is the card stored on any websites? eBay or Amazon, for instance?
Yes, I use it on Amazon all the time.
It sounds like you were hacked. Call the credit card company and cancel your card right now.
Really? Are you sure?
Yes, it seems like your credit card information was taken by someone. You need to cancel it in case they try to use it again. I hope we can get a refund.
You're right. This is a lot of money. I'll change my password too.
Good idea. Look, our firewall wasn't updated this month.
Maybe that's how I was hacked.
Do you use the same password for other sites? You should change all your passwords.
No, of course not. I never use the same password. I never write them down either.
Okay, just checking.
I use numbers for letters too. 3 is used for E. I read to do that on a website about online security.
I hope our information is kept safe. Did you open any weird emails lately? I hear viruses are often sent by email.
I always check if emails are sent by a real company.
That's so strange. I wonder how you were hacked.
Okay, people. Can you do that just by listening once? So, what do you think about the first one? Is that true or false?
Could you play on please, Simone?
Yes, of course, of course. I'll play again. Listen one more time.
Oh no! This can't be right.
What? What is it?
Our credit card statement. It's really high. Wait, what is this? $499 for a washing machine? $1,200 for a computer? Did you buy those?
No, of course not. What is going on?
I have no idea. I don't understand it. My card wasn't stolen. It's here in my wallet. See?
Well, is the card stored on any websites? eBay or Amazon, for instance?
Yes, I use it on Amazon all the time.
It sounds like you were hacked. Call the credit card company and cancel your card right now.
Really? Are you sure?
Yes, it seems like your credit card information was taken by someone. You need to cancel it in case they try to use it again. I hope we can get a refund.
You're right. This is a lot of money. I'll change my password too.
Good idea. Look, our firewall wasn't updated this month.
Maybe that's how I was hacked.
Do you use the same password for other sites? You should change all your passwords.
No, of course not. I never use the same password. I never write them down either.
Okay, just checking.
I use numbers for letters too. 3 is used for E. I read to do that on a website about online security.
I hope our information is kept safe. Did you open any weird emails lately? I hear viruses are often sent by email.
I always check if emails are sent by a real company.
That's so strange. I wonder how you were hacked.
All right. So let's see, guys. Did the man buy a washing machine?
No.
Who said no?
I said.
Amanda. All right. Okay. No, he didn't. Remember, he asks the girl, did you buy those? Right? A computer, a washing machine. So he was like, he doesn't understand his credit card statement. He finds a lot of weird things there. What about number 2, guys? Is that true or false?
True.
All right. What about number 3?
True. True.
Yes, true again. And number 4.
False. False.
Okay. Number 5.
False. True.
True. Number 6.
True. False.
True again. Numbers are used for letters and passwords. Okay, let's check it out. Yes, everything right. So he, unfortunately, he was hacked. This is what happened to him, right? But his antivirus software wasn't updated recently, right? Unfortunately. So that's what happened. And he kept his credit card info stored on Amazon. This is another mistake he made. All right, people. So, question for you. Are your passwords written down? Do you write down your passwords?
No, because I use the same password.
Okay, all right. Do you remember them? So this is something for you to think about, right? You don't need to answer. This is for you to reflect, okay? So you can evaluate how safe you are, okay? So if you remember your passwords, that's okay. Do you forget them all the time? Think about it. Okay, so maybe you need to write your passwords, right? Maybe it's necessary to write them down. Maybe it's not. Maybe you use only one password for everything. If you find it useful, then it's okay. But make sure you are safe, okay? All right, people, let's take a look at the grammar and context because that's the focus of the lesson, right? And let's see what they have to say. So let's take a look here. People, we can often say sentences in 2 ways, right? We have the active or the passive. In active sentences, we answer the question, who does the action? Who is the agent, right? So example, I never use the same password. The agent here is I, right? I never use. I performs the action. He is the one that acts, okay? That's why it's active. We often use the passive when we don't know who the agent is or when it's obvious or not really important. Sometimes we want to know or we want to say who the agent is, but sometimes we don't want to, right? It's not really important. So we want to say something in a different way. We want to emphasize the action, not the agent, okay? Example, I hope our information is kept safe. Oh my goodness. Sneezing, back again. So I hope our information is kept safe. The focus here is on the action. It's on the fact that you hope your information is kept safe. Then you use the passive. It doesn't really matter who keeps your information safe. What matters is that your information is kept safe, no matter what. Okay? So we form the passive with the verb to be plus the past participle. Okay, guys, as you can see here, to be plus past participle. It's always like this, okay? If we want to say who does an action in the passive, we can use the preposition by, right? Can you read the example here, please, Mateus? Sorry, Mateus, your microphone is muted. Okay, go ahead.
Wow. Can you hear me?
Now, yes. Thank you.
Okay. I check if email company all the time.
All right. Okay. So here, you want to show who performs the action. That's why you are saying by a real company. All right. Thank you. Often we don't need to say who does the action. Okay. Example, my card wasn't stolen. So most of the time, we don't want to say who performs. We just want to say what happened. All right, people? That's the most important thing. That's why we emphasize the action. Okay, so in journalism, we use passive voice a lot. Okay, so let's minimize here. Just for you to have an idea, of course, you can refer to page 168 for more examples, right? But let's do some exercises here just for you to have an idea how it works in practice, right? Let's say, choose the correct option to complete this summary of a presentation about online safety. So let's take a look there. Can you see that now, guys? Better. Yes? Yes, sometimes we have active, sometimes we have passive, right? So let's do the first one together. Yesterday, we talked about online safety. Which one should we choose? Here we have a subject. So yesterday we
Attended.
Yes, we attended. The subject performs the action. So here it's active, right? We attended a talk, right? Now, take a look at the second one. A lot of good advice by the presenter. What do you think the second one is?
Okay.
Were given.
We were given, okay? Because look at what we have here. We have the particle
Because
by.
other people gave to them, not they gave to other people.
Yes, look, especially because we have the preposition by. So this is an indication that it's passive voice. by the presenter. Okay, guys. So let me erase this because I don't want to. Okay, so when you have by, it's an indication of passive voice. So we were given a lot of good advice by the presenter. All right. So now people try to do the other ones and then we check. Okay. So I'll give you 1 minute. I think you can do that in less than a minute. It's really simple. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Just a second. A second, someone, please.
Okay, no problem. All right, people, let's check. So here they're talking about this presentation about online safety, right? So they say here, oh, we were given a lot of good advice by the presenter on how to stay safe online. For example, we
Were told.
yes, good. We were told, great, not to give out information unless we know who we are giving it to and why it
Is needed.
yes, great, very good. He
Explain it.
Perfect. How a strong password
Is made.
yes, and he
Encourage.
encouraged us all to remember our passwords rather than write them down. Wow, that must have been a very interesting presentation, right? So, everything correct. Did you all get it right, people?
Yes.
Yes? Great. Very nice. So, okie dokie. So it's easy when you start doing it because you have the feeling, you know when it's the subject that is performing the action or when the subject is receiving the action, okay? So here we have another one that we should complete the text using passive voice. But before we do this one, I'd like to show you a short video about the passive voice. That's very interesting. It gives you more examples, okay? So let me show you that one. I like this one here because the sentences are simple, easy to understand, and they show you how we use the passive voice freely in fluent English, right? So can you see the video? Yeah? Let me see if the audio is on. Yes, it's on. So see if you can.
Jerry, this is the third time you've been late this week. You were needed in that meeting today. Fortunately, the deal was done, but it almost didn't happen.
I'm really sorry, but I was stuck in traffic. My car was sitting in the same spot for 30 minutes.
If you're getting stuck in traffic every day, then you should leave the house earlier.
I know, but that isn't the problem. Today was the first time that I was stuck in traffic. And it wasn't normal rush hour traffic either.
What do you mean?
Today, traffic was stopped by a zebra.
A zebra.
Yeah, I saw it. The zebra walked right in front of my car. It was almost hit by another car. Other animals were seen on the freeway too. It was crazy.
You expect me to believe that you were delayed by a zebra?
It's true. It was talked about on the radio. You should listen to the report. It is thought that the animals escaped from the zoo.
I'm going to have to check out your story. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for now. But what about yesterday? You were an hour late.
Yesterday, I was driving to work when my car was stopped by a policeman. I was pulled over, and the policeman told me I was under arrest.
Really? Why?
The policeman said that my car had been seen at the scene of a crime.
It sounds like you're making up stories. Did that really happen?
It's all true. When I was pulled over, the policeman asked me to get out of the car. My hands were handcuffed behind my back. He said that my car had been seen on the camera of a gas station that had been robbed.
Well, you made it to work somehow. How did you get away?
The policeman got a call on his radio saying that the robbers had been caught by another policeman. They were being held in custody. The policeman let me go, but half an hour had already passed. I drove to work as quickly as I could.
Well, if that's true, then I understand. But what about Monday? I remember you coming in late then, too.
That was because my car was stolen. I woke up Monday morning and my car was gone. The police were notified immediately. I was forced to drive my wife's car and drop her off at her workplace, which took some extra time.
I see. Why didn't you tell me?
It wasn't a big deal at the time. My car was found by the police a few hours later, and I was only 15 minutes late to work.
Okay, but try to be on time from now on. I need to be able to rely on you, especially for meetings like the one we had today.
I promise to try to be on time, but I need you to understand that none of these things were my fault. I mean, I was held up by a zebra. How could I have predicted that? These things happened to me, and there was nothing I could do to avoid them.
Yes, I agree, if your stories are true. But come on, they're a little unbelievable.
Well, they're true. I hope you won't hold them against me.
And this just in. The men who had been robbing the gas stations in the area have been arrested by the police. They had stolen the car of a local man, but they were forced to go on foot once the stolen vehicle was found by the police. The robbed cash hasn't been recovered yet. The robbers are now being questioned by the police. It is hoped that the money will be finally recovered from them. More details will be provided soon.
So his story was true.
And earlier today, some animals escaped from the zoo. One of the animal feeders had a seizure right when they were opening the animal cages, and the animals were released from their cages by mistake. The animals were recaptured by the zoo, and they were put back into their cages. The animal feeder is now being treated in the hospital after collapsing in the zoo.
I'm going to call him right now.
Hello?
Hi, Jerry. It's Carlos. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. I just watched the news. They were talking about how a car was stolen and how the animals were accidentally released. I want you to know that I trust you and feel like I can rely on you.
Thanks. I appreciate you saying that.
And Jerry,
Yeah?
in the future, I must be notified immediately when something happens to you.
Sure. I will notify you immediately from now on.
We use the passive voice when the action is more important than the person who does it. We form the passive voice with the verb to be plus past participle.
My car was stolen.
The object of the active sentence becomes the subject in the passive sentence. The subject of the active sentence becomes the agent. A zebra stopped the traffic. The traffic was stopped by a zebra.
People think that the animals escaped from the zoo. It is thought that the animals escaped from the zoo.
The doctors are treating the animal feeder in the hospital. The animal feeder is being treated in the hospital. The police have arrested the robbers. The robbers have been arrested by the police.
We needed you in that meeting today. You were needed in that meeting today.
The police were holding the robbers in custody. The robbers were being held in custody by the police. He said that the police had seen my car on the camera of a gas station. He said that my car had been seen on the camera of a gas station.
We'll provide more details soon. More details will be provided soon.
You must notify me immediately when something happens to you. I must be notified immediately when something happens to you.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Incrível. Você dava muito.
Great, isn't it, guys? You see how nice? That's really cool. That's awesome. So you see, it's a very nice way to see passive voice. And I like the way they summarized everything by the end. So I will share the link with you. Okay, guys, don't worry. So you can watch this video again. Now back to our book. Can you see that? Yes, can you see the book again? You see, poor guy, so many bad things happened to him. Wow. His car was stolen. Then he got stuck in traffic by a zebra. So so many bad things. The police arrested him. All right, now it's easy. Let's do number 10, okay? Complete the text with the simple past, passive, or the simple present passive of the verbs in parentheses. So just that. First, take a look at the text. I suggest you read the text before you start completing, all right? So take a look at the text as a whole, all right? And then you can start doing the activity, right? So let me try to put only the text there in the middle for you, okay? Is it visible? Can you see the text in a good way? Yes, is it good for you to see? All right, so I will time you for this activity. So let me time you here. I will put for this one here, since it's a little longer, I will time you for 2 minutes, okay? So you can begin. All right. All right, can we correct? All right, let's go. The first one, guys, what did you put there? Every time we give out information, it is collected and it is stored somewhere. And it's true, isn't it? Whatever we do, yes, somebody knows, right? Everything is stored. Yes. Our financial and medical records, the TV shows we watch, the websites we visit, everything. details about our homes, and even our current location are shared with people and companies we do not know about. Yes, we can't even walk down the street without cameras identifying us and where we go and who we talk to. What happens to all this information, and is it possible to protect our privacy? Electronic Privacy Information Center, EPIC, was established, yes, in 1994. So in the past, because this happened in 1994, EPIC works to make sure that everyone's personal information, simple present, yeah, is protected as much as possible. However, when information is exchanged over the internet, digital footprints called cookies are left at every point. It's impossible to avoid. There are cookies everywhere. Since the information is present, is passed by third parties, because here it's a fact. We are talking about something that always happens, right? So it's present. Since the information is passed by third parties, like the internet service providers, it is very hard to guarantee privacy. So it's really, really hard, people. It's really hard to have privacy online. Whatever you do, whenever, any kind of research you do online, any website you visit is recorded, is registered. So it's difficult, isn't it? Yes, that's what happens. All right, people. So, did you get everything all right? Yes. Is everything okay? Paulinha, José Guilherme, Matheus, Amanda. Yes.
Yes. Everything is-
Any questions there? No? All right, people. All right. So how do you protect your cell phone, for example? Do you have a password or a PIN number to protect your cell phone?
I have a password.
Yes.
Finger password. I was a finger password, so.
Yeah. All right. So take a look at this picture here, guys. Look.
Security camera.
Yes. It's a camera. So would you ever close your social media accounts or stop shopping online so that your personal information is protected?
Sorry.
Here, look, would you ever close your social media accounts or stop shopping online so that your personal information is protected?
I think about that sometimes, to be honest. Like get off internet, forever, never coming back. But yeah.
Because if you have social accounts, if you have any kind of social media account, you can't be invisible anymore, right? It's difficult. It's really hard. And Google alone knows everything about you, right? So it's difficult. Yes, this is something to think about. All right, let's zoom out and move on. Yes, think about it. This is really interesting. So guys, let's take a look at this interesting lesson. The title is, do you see what I mean? I really like this because it has to do with visuals and information. And when the two things get together, it really gets interesting. So the first question is, what do you think here? What do you think is the difference between data, information, and knowledge? What do you think, guys? Have you ever thought?
Information, I mean, data, information, knowledge, the difference between them.
Mm-hmm.
I think data is something like more concrete. Could I say that concrete?
Uh-huh.
Or something we know for sure. It's like a data. It's basically a data.
Uh-huh.
Something we know for sure. It's a fact, basically. It's a fact.
Uh-huh.
Information is what we get through the data, the fact, and knowledge is what we got from them both, or not at all.
Similar. Yeah. Yeah, you're getting close. Yeah. Data has more to do with figures, with numbers, right? What's the data? What's the, what are the numbers? It has more to do with numbers, data. Information is usually the interpretation of that number, right? It's like the meaning of that data. And knowledge is what we do with that information. Sometimes we have the information, but we don't have the knowledge. We don't know what to do. Okay, so that's more or less the difference between data, information, and knowledge. All right. So data has more to do with numbers, graphs, have all those figures, right? Information, the meaning of it all, and the knowledge is what to do with that, right? Is the use. Okay, so here, let's see the answers. Look, here they explain, okay? I'm not sure, but I think data is more about numbers. Yes, just like I said. And information is what we understand, the meaning, right? And knowledge is knowing what to do with the information we have, okay? So yes, exactly what we said. Okay. Great. So why is it important for us to know that? Because we're going to see now this part here. We are going to complete some paragraphs using these words: data, knowledge, understand, organize, and context. Okay. So take a look at the pictures first. We have 3 images here, okay? This one, and this one, okay? And there are 5 blanks, there are 5 gaps that we need to complete. So let's see if it looks better now here. Now, let's try to do this way. So let's see the first one, okay? Is a kind of raw material. It comes in many forms. numbers, letters, symbols, even images and sounds. So what do you think? What do you think number one is? Remember the definitions we saw in the first.
Data is a kind of raw material. which comes in many forms and
Yes. Okay. So I think number one has more to do with data. It can be numbers, letters, symbols, even images and sounds. It is not
knowledge. Or organize it. Organize it. And it has no context or meaning. It's not organized.
It's not organized and it has no context or meaning. Okay. This is data. All right, people. Now let's see the next one. Information is data that we have processed. Information adds to data and gives data meaning.
Knowledge or context. Oh, I don't know. Context, I guess.
Context.
I think context.
Context, yes. Information adds context to data and gives data meaning. You give a context to data, right? Now, number 4.
Knowledge.
Knowledge is the ability to.
Which is the last one? I forgot.
Understand
Information and to make opinions and decisions. Because if you have knowledge, you can make good decisions. Okay. This is nice, isn't it? This is really good. So let's check the answers. Yay, very nice. So data by itself is raw material, okay? Yay, everything correct. Right? So let's close here. There you go. So here they give a small tip on understanding pronoun references. Hey guys, let's take a look here quickly. Just a small tip, all right, people. We use pronouns to replace nouns or noun phrases. This avoids repetition, of course. Knowing what a pronoun refers to will help you understand the text better. A pronoun can refer to a noun that comes before or after it. This can be in another sentence. So, can we have a volunteer to read the examples, please?
Go, Giovanna.
Go, Giovanna, please.
Eu?
Yes. Thank you.
Sorry, the expression "I see what you mean" is more how can I say that?
Accurate.
Accurate now than it's ever been before. Data is a kind of raw material. It comes in many forms.
Right, very good. So as you can see in the first example, thank you, Giovanna, we are using a pronoun to substitute a sentence. The expression, I see what you mean. So it, substituting that. And here, look, I'm using a pronoun to substitute a noun. Okay, data. It comes in many forms, right? So this is a nice tip. Now here, they tell us to read the text. What does data cuisine use to represent data? So what does data cuisine use to represent data? So can you taste data? How interesting, isn't it? Look at that. We have a picture to illustrate the text, and we have the text, okay? So can you taste data? Let's take a look. Let me try to. Yeah, we can. Yeah, I think now it's okay. So let's read in silence, and then we will discuss if it's possible to taste data. So let's do it. That's really interesting, isn't it, guys? When you know the meaning of the dish, it's so much better, isn't it? So do you understand? Yes? Tell me, what do you understand by this? What does this dish here represent? Yeah, it's raining here too, Giovanna. It's raining a lot now. So this dish represents, yeah, I know the connection here is not so good either, but can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mateus?
Eu consigo fazer. Eu consigo.
Yes, José Guilherme, can you hear me? All right, so this dish here, it's a kind of representation of data. In this dish, they are trying to represent the migration to their country. So each ingredient here represents a different country. that has migrated to their country. So for example, salmon represents the Swedish people. So the quantity of salmon they put here represents the number of people from Sweden they have in their country, right? So there are not so many, but yes, there are some people from Sweden. So they put salmon, but there are a lot more people from this country here because they have, look, there is a lot of cucumber. So this has more population, right? So they put more of this ingredient there. So it's like a graph, right? It's like, it's data. If you see the dish and you know the meaning of each ingredient, you understand the dish, all right? So it's information actually, right? So that's why it's data cuisine workshop. So they use meaningful ingredients to create tasty dishes as representation of data, right? The name of this dish is Taste of Migration. So this actually was in Finland, of course, right? And the idea here is to represent the non-Finnish nationalities in Finland. So to represent the countries that nowadays live in Finland, okay, according to the number of people who live there and who are not Finnish, who are not from Finland, right? Rice for Chinese, look. So here you have some Chinese people living in Finland. How nice, isn't it? The more of it there is, the more people of that nationality. So it's nice, isn't it? It's really nice because it's visual, right? So, and of course, the dish will have a different taste. That's really interesting. So how useful, guys, is it to represent data so you can taste it? How useful do you think that is? Do you think it adds information to the data? Yeah.
Do you what? Sorry?
Do you think it adds information to the data? Do you think it's meaningful? If you look at this, you know exactly what happens in your country, for example.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yes, it depends, right? It depends what area you work with. For example, if you are in sociology, if you are in geography, if you are in statistics, it's interesting for you to know, right? How many immigrants your country has and who they are. It's nice to know. It's important to you because of your field or your area of work, what you do. It's interesting to know. So if you have like a special dinner, like something special, like an event, a social event, and in this social event, they serve a meal with this characteristic, it's nice to know that the meal has a special dish showing the data that everybody wants to know, right? Imagine. That's interesting, especially if it's going to be interesting for the people who are present, right? if everybody concerned is interested in statistics and data, and you know, that's very interesting. So here, guys, just to wrap it up, we have this final part here that says there is an article on the other page called Information is Beautiful, right? And we have some pronouns, right? Some relative pronouns like this, these, them, and so on and so forth. Here, let me try to show you that. If not, that's okay, no problem. I can show you next class. But let me show you the site I separated to show you how interesting visuals can be when it comes to information. Look at that, people. Let me see if I can open. Yes, can you see this page? Yes?
Yes, yes, you can.
Yes, it's visible. All right, so this page here is from a site called Beautiful News or Beautiful News Daily. It's from a site from informationisbeautiful.net. This really exists, okay, people? And the idea of this site is exactly to show information in a very interesting way. Something that is very visible, something that is very interesting for the person who is looking. And of course, it's data, but data with a context and also with a meaning, and it's easier for you to understand. Each part has the information you need, and there is explanation. So if you click on the square, you can read more about it. So for example, here you have the second one, talks about life expectancy in Africa, and it says that it's growing, it's soaring, it's becoming better. So they have a comparison. Look at the third one. Fewer US women are dying of breast cancer. So look at this, how nice, people. The way they display the news using images, it's really amazing. They talk about many different things. There is even information here about viruses, different diseases, about nature, many different topics, right? About drinking water. Look, okay? So this is only to name just a few. Women and girls, clean energy, health. If you click here on health, look, it's so colorful. They have information about many different things, and it's very colorful. So look at this, guys. Global health expenditure per person has never been higher. This is how much money a person spends on health. And they have been following this through the years. So it's interesting, and it helps you a lot. If you are doing research for school, this is something interesting. So the name of the site is informationisbeautiful.net. Okay, just in case you want to have the link. Okay, guys, it talks about many important issues. Okay, guys, it's really interesting. Talks about climate, cancer, children, healthcare, you name it. All right. So we are done for today. We started unit 10.2, but we'll get it over with next class, no problem. Back to our page on Google Classroom. What did we learn today? Today we talked about the passive, as was the main focus, right? And we saw the simple present passive, the simple past. We talked about data, information, and knowledge. We saw the definition, okay? We discussed about it. Here, guys, I posted a few things for you to study about passive voice. Okay, here, there is the link to the site, Beautiful News. Okay, this is very nice for you. Okay, so take a look at the files we posted and you can start doing online practice 10.2 part 1. And if you haven't done yet, you can finish online practice 10.1. All right, people. Okie dokie. Great. So, all right. So guys, it was a pleasure having you here today. It was really good. I hope to see you again on Wednesday. Don't forget to do your homework. Let me take one more picture. Let's go gallery this time. All right. I love gallery you. Oh, this is so cute. You look perfect in gallery, guys. So, oh, you're so cute. So let's go that. Oh, let's take another picture. 1, 2, 3. Yay! I love you guys. Thank you so much for today, guys. You rock. People, love you to the moon and back. Bye-bye, guys. See you.
Bye.
Bye, people. See you on Wednesday. Take care, okay? Protect yourselves. Delta virus, guys. Protect yourselves, okay? That's really serious. Be careful. Bye-bye. See you.